So in this series, we already have studied fundamentals of Python. We know how to use Python. We know about loops. We know about data types, variables, and other stuff. We know about lists, tuples, and dictionaries. Now this is the time to apply our knowledge of Python to something. This is a time to learn about sorting. Sorting means arranging something in increasing or decreasing order. Suppose that you are given with a list. In that list, you have various numbers are stored, and you want to arrange them in increasing or decreasing order. The process of arrangement is called sorting. And the sorting not only happens just on numbers. Sorting is also applicable for strings. Suppose that you have a list of strings and you want to sort them according to their position in the dictionary. This is also called sorting. There are various techniques exist for sorting. We are going to learn two of them in class 11th. The first technique we are going to learn is bubble sort, and the second technique we are going to learn is insertion sort. In this video we are going to learn about bubble sort. In the next video we will learn about insertion sort. All the various techniques of sorting are having their own limitations and own benefits. But here we are not going to talk about limitations or benefits of various sorting techniques. We are just going to learn two sorting techniques, bubble sort and insertion sort. And in this video we will learn about bubble sort. Hello everyone, I am Gyan and you are learning Computer Science with Python for class 11th. Let's go to the whiteboard and start learning about bubble sort. Sorting. Now the first question which should come in your mind is, what is sorting? Suppose that you have a list and various content of this list are 13, 24, 5, 19, 2, 17, 4. So these are the content of this list. Sorting means arranging this content either in increasing or decreasing order. Sorting means arranging content of a list in increasing or decreasing order. Before we write a program for sorting, let me explain you how to interchange values of two variables. Suppose that I have a variable x is equal to 3, other variable y is equal to 4. How we can exchange these two variables? Okay, what I want is, I want x to contain 4 whereas y to contain 3. How we can do it? There are various ways of doing it. You can write x comma y is equal to y comma x. This is one way to do. Otherwise, you can write temp is equal to x, x is equal to y is equal to temp. So what you did here is, suppose that your x has 3, y has 4, and there is something called temp. So whatever is there in x, store it in temp. Whatever is there in y, store it in x, something like this. And whatever is there in temp, store it in y, this one. So this is how you can exchange two values. Okay, so before we start learning about sorting, let's first try to exchange values between two variables. Suppose that you have a variable x is equal to 3, y is equal to 4. If I write like this, x comma y is equal to y comma x, here the values are going to be exchanged. This is one way to do it. And other way to do it is, type temp is equal to x is equal to y is equal to temp. then again check x and check y, it got reversed again. So initially it was 3, 4. When I exchanged their value using this method, it got 4 and 3. I again exchanged their value by using this method, they got 3 and 4. So hopefully you are getting it. Now coming to our discussion, that we have to sort a list. There are various available techniques of sorting, but in class 11th, we are going to learn about two types of sorting. First one is called bubble sort and second one is called insertion sort. Insertion sort. Let's start with bubble sort. Let's start with bubble sort. Suppose that this is the list L which we have to sort. Now what you have to do is start with I is equal to 0. Okay, start with I is equal to 0. There is a variable I. There is a variable I which has been initialized to 0. Let's create another variable L which stores length of the list. Len L. Now let's use a while loop. While I is less than L. While I is less than L. That means my I will start from 0 and go up to the last index of the loop. So if I is less than L, create another variable whose name is j and initialize it to 0. Okay, so your I should point here and your j also should point here at this time. Got it? Both are pointing to 0. Now you are going to have another while loop. While j is less than n minus I minus 1. Why I am writing n minus I minus 1, I will explain it later. But for I is equal to 0, j will start from 0 and go up to 7 minus 0 minus 1 means 6. So j will start from 0 and go up to 5. That means 1 less than 6. So in the first iteration of outer while loop, what we are going to do here is we are going to fix I at 0 and we will keep on increasing the value of j up to here, up to this point. Now what you have to check here is that if Lj is greater than Lj plus 1, if Lj is greater than Lj plus 1, okay, wherever the j is it more than the next content of L? If it is so, then swap the numbers. Okay, write Lj comma Lj plus 1 is equal to Lj plus 1 comma Lj. Okay, so j is initially 0 and j has to go from 0 to n minus I minus 1. N is 7, minus I is 0 and 1 is 1. So 0 to 5. Actually you have to go 1 less than 6. That means j has to go from 0 to 5. So initially j is at 0. It is checking if 13 is greater than 24 or not. J is greater than j plus 1 or not. Okay, since 13 is not greater than 24, therefore this swapping will not happen. After that, increase the value of j and increase the value of I. So in the first iteration of inner while loop, j is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0, j plus 1 is equal to 1. These two elements are checked. If 13 is greater than 24, that means Lj is greater than Lj plus 1, then swap these two values. After that, increase the j by 1. Keep I here and increase the value of j. J reaches at this point. Again you compare. If Lj, that means 24, is greater than Lj plus 1. Yes, Lj is greater than Lj plus 1. Then what you have to do? You have to swap. Swap these two values. Write 5 here and 24 at this place. 5 at this place, 24 at this place. And increase the value of j by 1 again. Notice here, the value of I is still fixed. And it will be fixed until j reaches at this point. Now, what is the current value of j? The current value of j is 24 and j plus 1 is 19. 24 is greater than 19, so you have to swap these two values. So write 19 and 24 at these two places. 19 and 24 at these two places and increase the value of j again by 1. Increase the value of j again by 1. Of course, j is still less than 6, so don't worry about it. So again you check if Lj, that is 24, is greater than 2 or not. Yes, Lj, that means 24, is greater than 2. So swap these two values. Write 2 here and 24 in the next location. Write 2 here and 24 at this place and increase the value of j again. Okay. Again you swap it because 24 is greater than 17. Again you swap it and increase the value of j. And increase the value of j. Keep on doing it. See, still the outer loop is stuck at I is equal to 0, whereas inner loop has reached to j is equal to 5. Okay, being at j is equal to 5, again you check if Lj is greater than Lj plus 1. Yes, it is greater than Lj plus 1. So again swap these two values. And increase the value of j. Now value of j becomes 6. You have to increase the value of j. Value of j becomes 6. Since value of j is 6, so the inner while condition gets unsatisfied now. And the inner while loop comes to an end. Increase the value of I by 1. Increase the value of I by 1. But before increasing the value of I by 1, you should notice one point that for a given value of I, the most maximum number has been shifted to last. Okay, I should not say it most maximum because maximum is most, but I am just making it loud and clear that you can see that the maximum number from the list has reached at the end of the list for a given value of I. After that, you increase the value of I by 1, increase the value of I by 1, and value of I will become 1 now. Okay, after that, you should write here j is equal to 0. So take j and place it to 0. See, in every iteration, for a given value of I, a j should start from 0 and go up to n minus I minus 1 and keep on exchanging j and j plus 1 if it finds Lj is greater than Lj plus 1. That's what you should do. So can you tell me what is the current range of j now? What is the current range of j if I is 1? So j will start from 0 and go up to where? N is 7 here because there are total 7 elements in this list. 7 minus 1 minus 1, that is 5. That means it will go from 0 to 5. Okay. Earlier it was from 0 to 6. Now it will go from 0 to 5. Of course 0 to 5 means 1 less than 5. Got it? So j will start from here and it will check if Lj is greater than Lj plus 1 or not. Yes, Lj is greater than Lj plus 1. So swap these two numbers, 5 and 13. Swap these two numbers, 5 and 13. Write j here. Then again you compare if Lj is greater than Lj plus 1 or not. No, not this time. So increase the value of j to the next element. Okay. Now again you check if Lj is greater than Lj plus 1 or not. Yes, it is so. So just swap these values, 19 and 2. Swap 19 and 2 and increase the value of j to next layer. Increase the value of j to next level, to next element. Now again you check if Lj is greater than Lj plus 1 or not. Yes, Lj is greater than Lj plus 1. So again swap these two values, 19 and 17. 19 and 17. The value got swapped. Again you increase the value of j. Again you increase the value of j and keep it to this point j. Again you compare if Lj is greater than Lj plus 1 or not. Yes, Lj is greater than Lj plus 1. So just swap these values, 4 and 19. 4 and 19. Now you do not have to increase the value of j, because further when you increase the value of j, it is already there at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is already there at 4. If you increase the value of j, it will come at 5. And now since j is not less than 5, therefore if j is at this place, the while loop will not execute and execution of inner while loop will come to an end for I is equal to 1. Okay. Again you increase the value of I by 1 and increase it, put it to 2. This is I. Again put j at 0, because after updating I, if it is less than the total length, then you have to set the value of j at 0. Write it here, j at 0, and again start comparing. Okay, 5, 13, no exchange. 13, 2, there is exchange, so exchange it. 2 and 13. 13, 17, no exchange. 17, 4, there is exchange. Okay, so when you exchange all these values for I is equal to 2, your j will reach at this point. Now value of I will be increased. Value of I will be increased to 3. Increase the value of I to 3 and set j at 0 again. Again you start comparing. 5 is greater than 2. Yes, so just swap it. Increase the value of j again. Keep on increasing the value of j. Increase the value of j again and compare it with j plus 1. Okay, keep on increasing the value of j, compare it with j plus 1, and if it is found that ij is greater than j plus 1, then swap, otherwise do not swap. The next you increase the value of j to here. Value of j has been increased, goes to 13, and here the loop comes to an end. Okay, next you increase the value of I to 17. Value of I goes to 17 and value of j again set to 0. Can you tell me what will be the range of j now? J will start from 0 and go up to 7 minus 4 minus 1. Means it will go from 0 to 2, and of course it will not execute for 2. Ultimately it will go from 0 to 1. So compare j and j plus 1. Okay, if Lj is found to be greater than j plus 1, then swap. Here we cannot swap it, so increase the value of j here. Again you compare j and current value of j with j plus 1, 5 and 13. We cannot compare it, and the loop comes to an end. The value of I has further increased. The value of I has further increased and goes to 19. J has been set to 0, but now j cannot move because the limit of j is now 0 to 1. You cannot move j. Okay, so you are done with all the possibilities of various loops, and your list, if you see, got sorted. Okay, the list has been sorted in increasing order. So let's write this code and sort a list by using bubble sort. File, new file. Let's write my code here. List L is equal to, I am using the same list. This is my list. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, let's create a variable I is equal to 0 for outer loop. Then the variable L will store length of the list. After that, this is my while loop. While I is less than L. While I is less than L, initialized j to 0 for every value of I. Okay, that means for I is equal to 0, j will initialize to 0 and go up to certain value. Go up to n minus I minus 1. So while j is less than n minus I minus 1, and if Lj, means where j is pointing right now, is greater than Lj plus 1, means the next element in the list. In this case, just swap their values. Lj comma Lj plus 1 is equal to Lj plus 1 comma Lj. After doing it, increase the value of j and increase the value of I for the outer loop. This is my code. Save it. Save it as py. Yes, I want to replace it. Run module, and it says that name n is not defined. Maybe there is some error. N, it should be L, not N. Okay, L means total length of the list. Total length of the list minus I minus 1. Okay, now run module, and of course it is not printing anything, because after sorting the list we have to print it. Print L, we have to print the sorted list. Run module, and here we got our list got sorted and printed. Can you tell me how many calculations you are doing here? In order to calculate that how many calculations you need in the bubble sort, you have to think how many swappings you are doing. You know that when you increase the value of I, actually with increase in the value of I, number of swappings are getting decreased. But still, if you want to say something which is always true, then you can assume that I will go from 0 to length of the list. Okay, I will go from 0 to length of the list, and for every value of I, a j will start from 0 and go to length of the list. So I goes from 0 to n, and for every value of I, j will go from 0 to n. Got it? I goes from 0 to n, and for every value of I, j goes from 0 to n. And we know that for a given pair of ij, we are doing a swapping. So we may need total n square of swapping. Of course, we are going to need number of swappings less than n square. But if you say I am not going to take number of swappings more than n square, that will be a correct claim, that you are not going to have number of swappings more than n square, where n is the number of elements in the list. So you can see that the maximum number of swappings because of bubble sort is n square, where n is the number of elements in the list. Of course, we actually need less than n square swappings, but if you say that I am not going to take more than n square swappings, you are claiming something which is correct. Okay, so you always say that bubble sort takes n square number of swappings. So hopefully you got all the points and you understand what the bubble sort is. See you in the next video where we are going to learn insertion sort.